Now it's time for more tax tips from the offices of Manjit Singh CPA PC.
Folks, good morning. This is Manjit Singh from Manjit Singh CPA PC at Lowman's Plaza. I've had the distinct pleasure of welcoming James Dupree from Internal Revenue Service, Media Relations, and Kusum, the office manager and tax manager from my office, is going to do an interview with him. I hope you enjoy, and the information is informative.
Good morning. My name is Kusum, and I'm from Manjit Singh CPA PC in Falls Church, Virginia. And with me this morning is Mr. Jim Dupree from the Internal Revenue Service. He was with us here last week as well. Welcome, Mr. Dupree. And the last time Mr. Dupree was here, he talked about people who want to do their own tax returns and the facilities that the IRS provides, how they can go online and file their tax returns. Today, he will tell us a little bit more about people that would like to use a paid preparer to have their taxes filed. It's all yours, Mr.
Well, thank you
Dupree.
very much, and it was a pleasure to be here. You're right. Most people take for granted how to choose a tax preparer, but it's a very important thing. Paying and filing a tax return is probably one of the most important things people will do in the course of a year. So you shouldn't take it lightly. And I would suggest you choose a tax preparer like you would choose a doctor or an attorney. You want to check with your friends and family to see who they've got a history with. You want to check to find out, you need to determine what type of tax professional. In some cases you may need an attorney, you might want a CPA, or you might want a special enrolled agent. Those people can represent you with the IRS if you have a tax problem.
Sure.
You want to make sure that it's going to be, this person is a professional person. You want to find out if they belong to professional organizations. You may want to check with the Better Business Bureau to see if complaints have been filed against a person. And you want to make sure they're going to be around. There are a lot of tax professionals that hang a shingle in January and they disappear after April the 18th deadline. So you want to make sure if you have questions after the fact or in long term that these people are going to be around. A good tax professional is going to be someone who's going to ask to see your paperwork. We'll have lots of questions for you as well. So I would steer clear of anybody that can promise you a refund without looking at your tax paperwork. That should be a warning flag, should go up right away. The same thing holds true for somebody who wants you to sign a blank tax form or someone who wants to base their fee on a percentage of your refund. I would steer clear of those people as well. So again, there are lots of professional people out here. And the most important thing to remember, though, is regardless of who you pick, whoever you pick, when you sign that tax return, you are ultimately responsible for what goes on it. The other thing you want to make sure is that the professional that you use signs your return. And this year, we're requiring that professional tax preparers use what's called a PTIN number, or Preparer Tax Identification Number. So make sure they sign the return and they put their PTIN number on it as well.
Very good advice. We also want to talk to you a little bit about the earned income tax credit and more people being eligible for it this particular tax year on account of the recession. So if you want to enlighten our audience a little bit about that.
Yes, well, the earned income tax credit is a credit for people who work but did not make a lot of money. And unfortunately, these are tough times, and there are more people that are eligible for this credit than probably ever before. And these are people that may have lost their jobs. In some cases, it's people who were furloughed or did not earn as much money as they did in previous years. So these people may be eligible for it and not know it. So this is something we want to get the word out that they know it.
That's correct.
You've also got people who, like senior citizens, who may be raising grandchildren, or may have multi-generational families and home situations that may be eligible for it as well. Now, if you have 3 children and earn less than $49,000, you'd be eligible for this credit. But you don't have to be married and you don't have to have children. Again, it's for people who work but did not make a lot of money. So if you make less than $49,000, you want to look into it. You can go to the IRS website, irs.gov, and there's an earned income tax credit wizard right on the home page. We'll ask you a few questions, we'll help you to determine if you're eligible for this credit, and can even give you an idea of how much the credit would be. And this year the maximum credit is over $5,600, so we're talking about life-changing money, and this is something that people really need to check into, particularly if you didn't make a lot of money or if you had your income reduced. So look for the earned income tax credit. 4 out of 5 people that are eligible for it get it, but that means 1 out of 5 are missing it. And we really want to get the word out to folks. The earned income tax credit, You can find out more about it at the IRS website, www.irs.gov.
All very, very good advice, and we want to thank you, Mr. Dupree, for being here and for enlightening our viewers. We hope to see you again next week. Until then, goodbye.
Thank you.